a sweet harmony. Someday we'll all be free.
Today's going to be a short class. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. Sorry about that. Just trying to get you guys ready. How's everyone doing? Hi, Caitlin. How are you? Today we're going to learn all about the Rosenbergs, which is Mason Connor's relatives. Hopefully he's here. My mic's on now, right? It's super loud, isn't it? I will lower it. How's that? Better? Daniel Capone? Sir? Hi, Miss Koffel. Mark, what do you need help with? Oh, baby. What's going on? Do we have off on Monday? No. No, we don't. We don't have off on tomorrow either, which is Good Friday, which is crazy. But again, we're kind of off every day, so, you know, there you go. Hey, Delaney Kleiman. How are you? Let's get this backdrop going. Look at this. Huh? Whoa. I watched The Terminator last night till like midnight. It was amazing. Hey, Mr. Bolger. Hey, Adam went home. That's a shame, Kyle. Are you heartbroken? Are you going to be okay? I hope you will. I'm a little nervous for you, Kyle. Yeah, Tyler, that's a good idea. You start reporting Nightbot messages. See how far that gets you. All right, let's get started because today's going to be a short lesson. I can only stay on until 10, so it's about 15 quality minutes. Today we're going to learn about Cold War spies. The spies of the Cold War. Yeah, so that's a little much. I have a little I got a little show to watch. Here we go. Is my background music on? It's not. It will be. Yep, it's on. You guys ready? I'm gonna get rid of myself for a second. So I'll talk to you on the opposite. Here we go. Bye. I loved that show when I was a kid, Spy vs. Spy. That was like my jam from Mad TV. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about spies during the Cold War. So I thought I'd give that little clip. Yeah, so before we get started, I do want to say real quick, I am going to be posting a Google form into the chat, right? And I want you guys to go on the Google form, answer the questions, and then at the end of this live stream, we're going to go over the questions. It's just another way that I can get you guys to participate a little bit in these classes. Because a lot of you might not realize, but I'm on a delay, meaning everything you're hearing right now is like happened 15 seconds ago. So it's very difficult for me to do like a Kahoot or anything like that engages you like in the moment, like asking you questions, because I have to wait. That's why sometimes when I'm looking at the chat, it looks like I'm like talking about stuff that happened 15 seconds ago because that already happened. Anyway, not the point. The point is that I'm going to put a Google form in the chat, and then I want you guys to answer it. And it's not mandatory, but it'd be cool. And then we'll go over the answers. So here we go. We're gonna send this. We're gonna send this a link. Shorten that link up. There we go. Let's copy it. Boom. There we go. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to post this link into the chat. And it's posted. So go to that link, answer those questions, and then at the end of the class, we're going to talk about it. Basically, I'm asking you about what's your favorite candy. Okay? Because the right answer is peanut M&Ms, by the way, unless you're allergic. Then don't eat them. The Nuremberg trials. Basically, we talked about this question of the day yesterday, which was, you know, how much to blame is, like, can you use, I was just taking orders as a defense. So you're going to have to answer that. Which president is better? And then, of course, is the Cold War considered a real war? Delicious coffee. You're allergic, Matthew? Do not eat peanut M&Ms. They're terrible. The worst candy. The worst. disgusting. All right. Today we're going to talk all about the execution of the Rosenbergs, right? We talked a little bit before on the Cold War and the development of the atomic bomb. Basically, the atomic bomb was being developed all across the United States, but its testing site was in Los Alamos, New Mexico. It was known as the Manhattan Project, right? They didn't call it the Atomic Bomb Project because that would not be very secretive, now would it? So instead, they basically said it is the Manhattan Project, and the Ethel and Julius Rosenberg basically were tried and convicted for smuggling nuclear information to the Soviet Union so that they can quickly develop an atomic bomb. You know, what I heard is that when we developed the atomic bomb, they told the president that they thought it would take Russia 10 years to develop the bomb. 10 whole years. So we had 10 years of straight, we had the atomic bomb and no one else did. Power. And that's some true power. But the truth is, the Russians developed the atomic bomb a little less than 3 years later. And everyone was shocked. They were like, how did the Soviet Union develop the atomic bomb so fast? And the answer is spies. That's how they developed the atomic bomb so fast, that they had spies all over the United States, and they were spying and stealing our secrets and our information. And, yeah, so there you go. Ethel and Julius Rosenberg are like the only two people that were ever convicted of treason and sentenced to death during a time of peace, which is crazy. But again, is it a time of peace? Because we're in the midst of a Cold War, which is a war. So I don't know if you can consider it peace, but they did. And yeah, so we're going to go through some Ethel and Julius Rosenberg. So what were they trying to pursue before committing espionage? By the way, great word, espionage. Espionage is secretly trying to manipulate and steal information. The Rosenbergs were undercover spies that supposedly provided classified military information to the Soviets during the Cold War. Spoiler alert, I saw in 60 Minutes like 5 years ago where the Rosenberg children are still alive, and they claim that Ethel was not a spy. So there's still some dispute as to whether or not both of them were spies. We're going to continue. What kind of information did they give out? Well, the government implied that the Rosenbergs passed down nuclear secrets to the Soviet Union. By the way, that's a pretty good chalk drawing of an atomic bomb explosion, by the way. What did they actually have? Military information that had a slight significance in the Air Force battle in Korea and Vietnam. So talking about jets and things like that. The trial was decided last minute, which only took a day. So real quick trial. And of course, they were betrayed by Ethel's brother, David Greenglass, along with his wife, Ruth Greenglass. Basically, they took a plea and they ratted out and said that the Rosenbergs were spies, even though the Rosenbergs denied it. And again, this is happening all in the midst of what is called a Red Scare. And a Red Scare, this is actually the second Red Scare. In World War I, we had the first Red Scare, where basically the word red is referring to communists. And so it is a communist scare, where they feel like communism is going to take over America. Remember, communism is really attractive to poor people. And so if there's a lot of poor people in America, communism can become really attractive. And so I guess during the 1950s, the 40s, and the 50s, people were scared, obviously, that communism would grow. We can't see pictures? Oh, because my big head's in the way. Psh, Derek, why didn't you say something, buddy? I'm going to make me tiny. Whoa. Hello. How's that there, Derek? Am I small enough for you? Let's go back. Huh? That's the chalk nuclear explosion I said was beautiful. So there you go. All right, keep going. We're going to go quick. Boom, boop. All right. After the trial, the Rosenbergs were convicted of espionage and were deemed to be executed. They were executed, I believe, by electric chair, which is a photograph that you were looking at right now. By the way, the electric chair is outlawed today in the United States. Apparently, it didn't kill their victims quick enough, so people felt like they were going through pain, and that is not, good. All right, the aftermath. Basically, there are still proofs and evidence that Rosenbergs were not part of any spy. I wouldn't say that's true, right? This PowerPoint, I agree that there's evidence that Ethel, the wife, wasn't a spy, but Julius seemed pretty. Guy was, whether he knew what he was doing or not, he was definitely getting information to Soviets, which is it's a problem. The problem with being a spy, guys, is this. Most spies don't know that they're being spies. Now, I have a clip that I wanted to show you. It's a primary source. I got it from the Library of Congress. It's about 10 minutes long. I wasn't going to show it. My wife thinks it's boring, okay? But it's a free use. I can show it on this stream. I think it's this was actually created by the United States Navy to try to convince their officers and their sailors how Russian spies work. So this is a real video, a real film created by the United States. Hold on, I got to go to my watch later. Got to find it. There we go.
A Sino or so zone family. Recruited in Vienna.
All right, so this is actually a real video made. So this is not a fake video. This is a real video. It was not real. It was fake, but it was made by the United States Navy. So Hollywood didn't make this film. The U.S. Navy did, and this film was designed to teach their sailors how to be aware of spies. And so I think I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and I'll be in the chat, and we'll kind of see if you guys are being interested or not. If not, I'll definitely cut it short. But here we go. You ready? Here we go. Hold on. I just want to make sure I got some audio here.
By a TASS representative, joined the ranks of the 16,000 communist agents operating in the Republic of West Germany. Weekends, American servicemen from Augsburg, where a contingent of the 7th Army was stationed, crowded the Schwabing district of Munich, looking for a good time. This became Macredo's stamping ground as he waited for his pigeons to show up.
Yo, that's the spy right there, see him?
PFC Templeton and Private Karras some time before. May I take care of that, fellows? Macredo's had bided his time while Pete Karras found his new bar acquaintance a highly likable and sociable chap, quick to pick up the tab, promising to introduce him to girls, also coming from the same ethnical background as Pete's own family. Finally, at this meeting, Macredo sprang the trap.
By the way, never take something from someone for free. They're always trying to get something. That's
newspaper back home. My country, you know, is very friendly to the United States. It's just routine stuff. I could get it by reading the Stars and Stripes from your own information officer, but it is too much trouble. So I am willing to pay you to save me from going all the way to Augsburg.
PFC Templeton wasn't one to turn down a fast buck. A loan shark in his
sounds sketchy. I don't like it.
Suddenly pulled out. He was head over heels in debt.
How much? Well, how much would you say? 200 marks. Okay, it is agreed. Hey, Pete? Now let's have another round. Fraulein. More drinks.
He'd even debate it. That guy's sketchy. Don't trust him.
Fine, Pete. A small formality, Pete, if you'll just sign this receipt.
It just says for services rendered.
We know what it is for. Come, Pete, the girls are waiting.
Pete Karras was hooked.
Yo, why do you think he's trying to have him sign his signature? He's trapping him, right? He's going to use that later on him. I'm telling you, spies are dirty.
The two servicemen delivered to their benefactor several other apparently harmless items of information, including a classified training manual. But Macredo's had bigger fish to fry.
Fraulein. Drinks for my two friends, please. Here. Here. Where is Pete?
Bedroom.
Why don't you leave us alone?
Pete, the house. Pete, you must get me an M14 rifle.
You must be off your rocker.
I have just come from a friend. He has a great admiration for this gun. He is willing to pay high.
You must be putting me on.
McCrados. How high? 2,000 marks. Can you arrange?
Why would McCrados pay $500 for a rifle he could buy for 1/5 of that amount? But if Templeton had one principle, it was never look a gift horse in the mouth.
We'll arrange.
Because he's a Soviet spy, that's how.
Let me know when you can deliver, Private. You know where to find me.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. We're both in too deep to renege now.
In a way, the private...
See, now they're stuck, because if now he can report them, because they've already helped the guy, you know? So they're already helping spies, whether they know it or not.
As long as he keeps shelling out the dough, I say here's to McCrados.
To pull the job, Templeton had recruited another member to the ring, a serviceman deep in hock to him.
Yo, this guy's gonna get in trouble. Never give stuff to a shady guy in the dark in a car.
In the next few months, there were other mysterious
Going
losses
down a
from the
bad
arms
path.
room of Company B. All this by way of laying the groundwork for what the Soviet intelligence agent pulling the strings, the man behind McCrados, really wanted.
Herr McCrados, wie geht's? How is everything?
Everything is fine.
This guy's the true bad guy.
Herr Golos
I mean, they're all
was a
bad,
number
but-
of Soviet intelligence agents who operate today under a legal cover. In his case, as a representative of the TASS International Newspaper Services.
You are waiting for someone?
Yes, I have two friends I must meet for lunch.
Then I wouldn't keep you. In fact, I have a luncheon appointment myself. Guten Tag, Herr McCrados. Holy mackerel.
My friend is willing to pay high. Very, very high.
It's impossible. There's sentries, fences. Be like trying to break into Fort Knox.
How high, Macredos? $8,000. Enough to split many ways.
I've had it.
Sit down, Pete.
Who do you think you are?
Never mind that. You'd better sit down. Pete, what would you say?
They got him. They got
if
him.
the commanding officer were to receive a certain piece of paper with your signature.
Pete, what he's saying is, we're hooked. And how? Give us time. It's a big job.
Certainly. All the time you wish.
There it is. They're hooked. See, and that's how spies in real life work, right? They don't, it's not like the movies, right? They use manipulation and things like that to get people. That's how they do it, okay? So I know it was a little boring, but it was also interesting, and they use peer pressure things. They can find, like, if you have a sick relative, a sick parent, they'll be like, oh, your mom's sick, she needs money, and they look for vulnerabilities. So we're going to talk more about spies tomorrow. The question of the day, and this is a good one, okay? The question of the day is, what vulnerability in your life could a spy use to extort you, right? For example, me, I don't know. Let me think about this. What could they use to extort me? I don't know. Maybe they could get like money, right? They could offer me money. Maybe they could offer to like pay off my student loans, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're struggling to pay off the student loans and things like that," and then they do it. So I want you to think about the question of the day is going to be like, how do spies use peer pressure, and how could they extort people? And that's what we're going to kind of talk about. You're confused, Delaney? I'll write it out better when I write it. And so take a look at your Google Classroom. I'm short for time, so I'm gonna look at the responses of our thing. So here we go. Matt Albino, you're confused again. All right, so I'll write it out right now. Let's do it. So let's go into Google Classroom. I don't want anyone to be confused now. All right, hold on. Go into Google Classroom. Here we go. We're in the Google Classroom. Let's go to period 2. Let's type this. Here we go. Let's get Mr. Volger's big head out of the way. There we are. All right, so what are we going to share with our class? So let's share. Let me blow this up a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna say Thursday question of the day. Only I'm going to spell the correct, not incorrect. All right, so here we go. The question of the day is Soviet spies often used pressure and espionage, which I spelled wrong too. No, that's not how you, pressure and, how do you spell espionage? Hey Siri, how do you spell espionage?
Espionage.
I got it.
E-S-P-I-O-N.
There you go.
G-E.
Explain 2 different ways that a Soviet spy might be able to convince a person to help them steal secrets. And in this, right, so you don't have to apply it to yourself. You're explaining 2 different ways that a Soviet spy excuse me, might be able to convince the person to help them steal secrets. explain in detail why explain in detail which type of people are more in jeopardy, which I also spelled wrong. What is going? There you go. In jeopardy to getting pressured by a spy. So I want you to think of like, think of things like people who are sick, people who are in debt, right? In the video that I just showed you, that guy was in debt. They said that he owed a lot of money. And so every single time the Soviet guy was like, hey, I'll pay you money, any money you want, he was like, I'll do it. And so he used that. So that's kind of what we're going to do. I'm going to post this for everyone so everyone sees it. Post. There we go. It's posted. Real quick. Candy Bombers, Air Force. Obviously, it looks like Blue Winds, which is chocolate bar. Regular Hershey. You guys are standard. Peanut M&Ms came in second. Matthew, stay away from them. All right. During the Nuremberg trials, many Nazi soldiers said they were just following orders. So, 46%. You are always responsible for your actions. That's the one I voted for, by the way. Good job, guys. Oh, look at this. Unless someone's forcing you. I don't agree with that one. Because if someone was forcing me to hurt people, I'm not going to do it. Who is the better president? Look at that. FDR takes it away. Woodrow Wilson. I feel like those are the girls voting for Woodrow, which I would, by the way, if I was a girl. Let's keep going. Let me shrink me down. There we go. Should the Cold War be considered a war? Yes. Even though we didn't fight with guns with the Soviet Union, we did have spy wars. There you go. So I'm going to be doing these Google Forms every live stream now, and we'll take more time when I'm not as rushed. Make sure you do the question of the day. Again, sorry about the rushed lesson today, but I have a meeting. At 3 p.m. today, I'm going to be going on to Google Meets and kind of hanging out with only period 3. So if you're interested, show up. I'll be there for like 5 minutes only, just to say hi if you want to. It's only period 3. Any questions real quick before I go? I got to go. No? Okay. You guys are putting hand sanitizer because I coughed. That's not funny. Not funny at all. Not funny. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. Oh, one more time. Just, I made it and it's silly. One more time.